also
We now talk
tensions
of
at international level,
private
the
sector
contributions
growth.
of the World Group to fight against
Yes,
poverty,
but
and
for the private
also
sector
the
to
promotion
grow,
of
what does it
socio-economic
need?
development are essential.
It needs
If
low
not
costs of
fight.
production.
In fact, IDA 21 had already borrowed
Ministers of Finance.
$370
Low
million,
costs of production. And
already
what are the low
showing
costs of
its
production?
importance in
Number one,
our quest for
transport.
reducing poverty.
You must have low transport
this
costs.
kind of
Where
for
do
the
low transport costs
construction
come
of a
from?
solar
From the railway.
near the capital in Bangui,
If you don't fund
to
the railway,
supply electricity
how
to
will you get low transport costs?
60 habitants,
Wonderful
60,000 habitants.
Banco
So we
Mundial,
appreciate support
IMF,
communities
where
that
will
are
low cost of
displaced,
production come
also
from
reaching out to
if you don't
vulnerable
have a railway?
households. And when you're talking
I
about
have been here for the last 64 years.
$40,000
I've been watching.
for each
As a student
person
leader,
allows us to come up,
as a freedom
support
fighter,
them to come up with
now
income-generating
as leader of a
activities and continue
How
with
many
education.
railways
The
have been
project,
constructed
the
or
support
funded
project
in
in the
Africa?
health sector allowed us to open
The few
clinics
that
that
have
are
been
open to millions or
was by
million
China,
people, with about
Tanzania Railway to Zambia,
362,000
and recently,
prenatal visits,
China, another one here
and
in
where
Kenya.
people can also receive psychosocial
And then Tanzania on
support,
their own,
especially where
they
there
are
has
building
been
a
gender-based
railway line.
violence in the districts.
So, if you are
that
talking
also
of
reached
helping Africa,
292,000.
the railway, I don't want to be involved in any other.
Now these
What
figures
no,
are 142 million American dollars that have been put in projects, amongst which 16 national projects
which are
at
cheap,
regional level.
which can be bought
So
in the world.
collectively, so we are
So
talking
you
about
how
a
much
reach of
funding all these billions we are talking about.
We'd like to
How
reiterate
much
our
of it
wish
has
that
gone to
these
the railway?
projects that are still in the
Auditing.
pipeline be fast-tracked to also
second
help us reach a
cost
wider
pusher
group of the population.
is electricity.
Like it was noted, IDA financing
If
has
you don't find
contributed
electricity,
to improve on the
and you talk
livelihoods in
about
the towns
sustainable
and
development,
also
what are you talking about? Private sector
mitigate the effects of conflicts
Maneno
and
tu.
underdevelopment. So we are talking of strengthening, re-strengthening
Electricity,
of
we must have
actions and
low
also
cost electricity,
projects, and
not
also
exceeding
as we
5
look
cents
at
per
more
kilowatt hour.
of the
That's what I insist on
sustainable
in Uganda.
projects.
I'm tired of all
So when
these
we are talking
stories.
about 2024, 2028,
These
we are
neo-colonial civil
capitalizing
servants
on the plan to
who have been
consolidate
holding us back, I have put my foot
2017-2023
down. I don't
program
want to hear
that had
those
been
stories.
improved on in the
And
Central
Uganda is
African
developing, and it will develop, because I
Republic,
don't
and also
entertain that nonsense
the
anymore.
route map that Rwanda provided. We have
Borrowing
looked
for
at
what?
it with the
Capacity
improvement in the
building. Imagine.
security situation.
Seminars.
The new
They
program
told you
allows
in a
us to
hotel,
move from humanitarian
you eat
actions to
chapati,
development
you eat
and
mandazi.
also accelerate the economic growth,
They say
reduce
that's the capacity
poverty,
building.
and also improve on the well-being of our population, which
Capacity
is
building should be on the
our
ground, not
vision.
just seminars.
As we look at 2028, is
So,
to construct
the second
we have
point,
a
Excellency, is
prosperous Central African
electricity.
Republic, which has quality human
third
capital that is
people who
resilient
talk
and
about
also sustainable,
private
and
sector
where to have
growth, private
projects that are
sector growth.
sustained, that inclusive,
I have
and
been
are
trying
open
to borrow money
governance. So
our
IDA
UDB,
21 to
Uganda
us looks like an
Development
historic
Bank.
opportunity for our growth
bank
and our development.
which funds manufacturers.
In order to make use of
No,
the potential
no, I don't get
opportunities
support
that
for
could
that.
open up, and also
Instead,
the
they want me to go,
implementation
my
of the
people to go to
PND,
commercial
our
banks.
priorities
commercial
consist
banks
of
cannot
investing
give-
in human capacity,
No, those commercial banks
and
are
also
to
put
encourage
up roads,
imports.
digitalization, and also intelligence,
to encourage
and
imports.
also
Because
other
the only
projects
person
that also
who can
take into
borrow money
account
and pay
climate
it back
changes
from a
and
commercial bank
also
is a
reduce
trader
the
who goes to China, goes to where, Dubai, brings products, sells them quickly, and pays back. So, if you are serious, I need it here about the low-cost funding for manufacturing, not for stories, not for what, no, manufacturing. How about funding for irrigation? Because if you want to stabilize agriculture, a country like Uganda is very rich, we have got everything. But still sometimes we get some erraticness in the rain. So in order to stabilize, I've been trying to look for a loan for irrigation. I can't easily get it. Very difficult to get. A loan for seminars, very quick. The civil servants, what?
At a greater speed. I'd like to end
but
reminding us that IDA is a partnership between the donor pays and the recipient countries, and help the receiving states to reach, be able to have sustainable growth as they look at having a more prosperous future. It is the wish that I would have for my country and for other countries that are also benefiting from IDA represented here.
Outside the
So
money
we are
economy.
looking at our level of indebtedness
In what they
and the
call
conditions of the capital
sector.
markets. Ada Bank One remains the
eating.
credible factor that we have when we look at concessionary rates for a country like mine, which has just come out of a fragile state, and also to help us add value to our human capital. I'd like to ask all the traditional funders and also the potential new funders to also make themselves useful, and you contribute massively to the 21st reconstitution of resources of the International Development Association, IDA 21, to have a more equitable and just country. Thank you.
By 2013, a few years ago,
Merci beaucoup, Votre Excellence. I would now like to welcome
68%
His
of the homesteads
Excellency
in Uganda
Mr. Azali
are still
Assoumani, President
the
of
subsistence
the
sector.
Union of the Comoros,
in the
to the
non-money
stage.
economy.
You're welcome, Your Excellency.
You audit your countries. What is the situation? What is the percentage of the people? So I had now to use my own money because I couldn't borrow money from anybody. The loans are for capacity building for.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président Ruto,
I don't know.
que j'appelle Ahmad Abako.
Sometimes they look for ICT, but ICT.
Your Excellencies,
ICT is a
ladies and
communication
gentlemen,
system.
heads of government and
Mainly.
state, Your Excellencies,
What are you going to
Ahmad
communicate on that
Kaswani,
communication?
the President of the
How
Conference
are
of
you?
the
Good morning.
and the President.
And you think that is communication?
Your
Why
Excellency
don't you have
Ajay Bango, the
ICT
President of
linked
the
with
World Bank
agriculture?
Group, ladies and
Linked with
gentlemen,
industry.
the heads of international
Now, the
institutions,
digital.
distinguished guests,
Are you
ladies
eating
and
computers?
ladies, greetings to all.
Have I seen anybody eating computers?
I'd like to first of all
Just
express on behalf of my delegation and on
So,
my
I was
own
insisting
my gratitude to our brother, the President
that
Ruto, for the perfect organization of
all
this
these
summit,
Ugandans
and
must be
also
in
to
the
our
money
brothers and sisters in Kenya for their warm hospitality
2013,
and
not long
in this
ago,
beautiful
68%
town of
Ugandans
Nairobi.
were outside the
As
money economy because Uganda is a
we
very rich country.
For this
The
crucial
fool can
summit,
survive there.
in order to
In
deliberate
other countries,
on
fools die.
the question of reconstituting
But in
the
Uganda, fools
resources
can survive
under
there.
IDA 21, I'd
They
like
just
to
need
first of all to
the
underline
state
that
with his
Africa finds
brothers,
itself
he eats, he
today
goes from there to
in
the
a
sister,
crisis,
he's
unprecedented
not earning
crisis.
anything, but he's eating. We said, no,
There are
everybody must live
economic
in the money
disparities,
economy.
environmental
We couldn't get any
degradation,
support for that.
security
But we
and
funded
health
it ourselves.
crisis,
Each year,
and
we
inequalities
spend about
in
$300
education.
million.
However, in the midst of all these problems
to make
comes
these
an
villagers
opportunity
join
that
the
is
money
exceptional for
by
collective
producing
action
for the
and
stomach,
also for
but
transformative
also for the
change.
pocket.
Our continent
And
is
from
in effect
2013,
has a lot of
was now told
potential
that for the first
resources
time,
to help us.
61% of the
So
people
when
are
we
in the
talk
money
about
economy of the
very
homesteads.
important human African resource.
It is only 39%
So to be able to play its role in the world economy, Africa needs big investment in a number of development areas.
Then you get your,
ladies and gentlemen
neo-colonial
who are here. So IDA has to be an ally that in our part we're heading to toward sustainable development. It is unique in the world where a dollar from the developing countries is also supported by $4 the financing of development projects. As we engage, this is the trajectory of the IDA 21. It is important, it is imperative. We also recognize the indispensable role that this institution has played in the promotion of inclusive growth and also prosperity in Africa. As such,
now, finally,
the $23 billion of reconstitution in IDA 2020 allowed the institution to mobilize $93 billion for financement for the member countries, which 20% have been engagements that are destined to reach African countries. So we can agree with me that is in a very difficult context of access to financial markets. The IDA instrument needs to be honored, thanked, and also strengthened by our contribution that is very important as partners. Also, we also express our deepest gratitude to all of our partners, first of whom is the World Bank, so thanking it for its robust and continued engagement and support that is appropriate to help us do away with the obstacles to development that our countries face. So this robust reconstitution of IDA comes from the simple need that is financial and also incarnates a moral imperative and also underlies
and Africa gets only 2.5
to ensure that no one is left behind in our quest to be more ready for the African countries.
A country like Germany
and 21, that's ambitious, should give priority to efforts to invest in development areas such as agriculture, energy, infrastructure, and the climatic adaptation before supporting creation of quality workforce of young people and underprivileged groups. So this would be
other costs on the way.
from IDA 18, we have been able to get substantial concessionary funds going to the private sector that to help people get out of poverty by creating sustainable employment, economic transformation, and mobilizing resources at national level. Since its creation, so $4 billion of funds have allowed more than $20 billion of investment to the sector, private sector supported in 47 countries. This has also favored the introduction of new financial resources for development in the eligible countries, also helping to reduce in the domains of that the private sector has chosen to invest in. So I'd like to support this partnership with LEADER for having responded to us and to come up with a very strong and ambitious reconstitution of the IDA 21. And the resources are also meet the aspirations, the collective African aspiration. And in addition to the contributions of our partners, we cannot underestimate the transformative power of technology and cooperation and regional cooperation So went towards the realization of the SDGs for our economies. Allow me also to underline the importance of accepting the Aida Vantian with the determination that also takes into the effects of change, like tsunamis, cyclones, and also floods. The situation is very alarming. So this needs particular attention from our partners, our development partners like IDA. So as such, my country is advocating that IDA to look at the
and we spend 800. All the money we earn from coffee goes back.
Face as vulnerable states, they are very fragile, and also they are also touched in the environmental sector. They face a lot of food insecurity. They also have external shocks of all natures, and also this means that are very specific objectives that would help us adapt to climate change. And as such, I would like, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude my proposal by a African proverb when we say that we do not handle things singularly. So if we come together to face these obstacles, I would wish us all success in our work, and I thank you
which we are just giving to other people. So this
If I please may invite the
what did you
President
say
of the
about
Republic
the modern slavery
of Ghana,
of the Africans,
His Excellency
of
Nana
producing raw materials?
Addo. Your Excellency, if you could use the podium.
In one of our documents
Your Excellency, if you could use
in
this
Addis Ababa,
podium.
we had
Thank you
talked
very
of
much.
Africa producing what it does not consume and consuming what it does not produce. They had put that as a summary in one of the documents of the African Union.
Your Excellency,
We must get rid of the production of raw. I banned the export of minerals from Uganda and process. I banned
Your
it.
Excellency Mohamed
Piga marufuku.
Ghazwani, Chair
Then
of
the
the
agents were
African
going in the
Union,
corridors. What
President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, the President of the World Bank, Mr. J. Banga, ladies and gentlemen,
But not now.
I thank the dynamic President of the Republic of Kenya,
I banned
His
this
Excellency
export of
William
processed
Ruto,
minerals in
for the
2012.
invitation to speak at the summit
My
of the
young
International
brother,
Development
His Excellency
Association,
Ruto, I
IDA,
forgave him
and for the
and gave
hospitality
him some
of
little
the
iron
Kenyan
ore
government. This gathering
for, I think,
serves
2 or
as a
3 years.
platform for
Although
collaboration
I've got a lot of iron
and a
ore.
catalyst for
One of the best in the
transformative
world.
change. As we convene here, we're tasked with a great responsibility to articulate the case
You come and build
for
the
an
steel factory in
ambitious
Uganda.
and robust
Today.
21st replenishment of the IDA,
Oh, yeah.
one that will pave the way for sustainable development and
I said,
prosperity,
okay.
not only for the African continent, but also for all nations in need.
Some iron ore for 2, I think.
The challenges we face in the 21st century
come and put the
are
factory.
immense and multifaceted.
Now you can
From the
imagine.
continuing effects of poverty and
Akidia.
inequality to the urgent threats posed by climate change and pandemics, our world is in need of bold and innovative
wanted to take
solutions.
That iron ore.
Yet amidst
India,
these
imagine.
challenges lies an
Iron ore
opportunity,
in
an opportunity
our
to
language,
redefine
of
our approach
but it
to
is-
development,
It is, soil.
to reimagine our
Black soil, if you
priorities,
see it, it is soil.
and to forge a path
To take
towards a
that
more
to India.
equitable and sustainable future.
And
Here,
wonderful
with its
people,
long-standing
$27
commitment to poverty
per ton.
eradication and inclusive growth,
Our iron ore
stands
is the
as a
purest in the
testament
world.
to the power of
70%
international
pure.
cooperation.
So you need
Over the
like
years,
1.5
it has played a
tons to make a ton of
pivotal
steel.
role in lifting millions
Now,
out of
a ton
poverty,
steel
expanding access to education and
costs
healthcare,
$700.
and building